Well, so how long did it take you to develop this app then? I mean, if you had to roll your own server and all that kind of stuff like that.
Well, I developed the app in two versions. The first version didn't have the push service in there, and it was kind of a more simple version that I just sort of soft launched. And that initial version, I want to say, took me about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, just kind of picking up Corona, going through all that, learning how it works. I actually originally wanted to get a developer to build the app for me, and unfortunately, I didn't have a good experience with that. Typical story, deadlines being pushed through and all that stuff. And I was really trying to get the weather app up sooner than later. And so finally, I have a background in Flash, and I discovered Corona. Originally, I was going to build it just natively in Xcode, but when I discovered Corona, I was like, wow, this is great because this is really similar to my Flash background. And then that was really encouraging. And so I picked that up, and then I actually felt like, I could get this app up and running, and it was definitely doable. So yeah, but to answer your question, I think it took about I want to say 2 months to get the first version up.
Now, where did the design come from? Did you do that? I mean, I know you said you thought about the design, but did you actually do the design work yourself, or did somebody do it?
Yeah, I did the design. I would consider myself more of a designer than a developer.
Okay.
And so that's why I was
think
trying
that shows. I mean, you've got a great design. You've really got a great user interface for a product that, people think, oh, weather app. Okay, it's a weather app. But when you've got a really great design that completely changes how people think about and look at the interface, that makes it an entirely new product. I'm constantly emphasizing to my students that it's all about the design. If you don't have a good human-computer interface, you don't have anything, and you've succeeded in that. That's one of the neat things that really sets your app apart.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely agree. Like, I think design is so important in the App Store nowadays. And I thought, I came up with this design on my own or independently. I'm just kind of tinkering with it. But actually, after it launched, some people pointed out to me some other apps. There's actually 2 other apps that have been around that have a very similar like paradigm with just the clock and everything. And to be totally honest, I never saw them because they just never came up in the search results in the App Store. Unfortunately, at least one of them I don't think had very good sales. And not to knock the other app, the idea, I love the idea, but the design was just not really, spectacular. And it really makes a difference. So just with the design and really the sex appeal, I mean, at the end of the day, people are going through the App Store, just the way your icon looks, the way your screenshots, that's going to be the decision maker for them, whether they download it or not. So it's definitely important to have good design, I think.